Hi everybody, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about my approach as a public speaking trainer to what Theresa May has gone through this week when she made her keynote speech at the Tory party conference. Now, this isn't political, I have no political affiliations, there are many things that Theresa May and I would disagree on, but I just want to talk about the public speaking side of what happened to her. Not the content of the speech, not what she was doing. Now, first of all, she had quite a bad cold, as we saw when she had the coughing fit and was constantly having to sip water. It seemed like she had like an endless supply of water on the lectern. If that was a client of mine and they had a bad cold, there's a couple of things you can do. The first thing, genuinely, I would look is, can you postpone it? Can you postpone it just for a day? Can you postpone the speech? Clearly, that wasn't an option with Theresa May. She had to do that speech on that day, and that's what she did. She got up and she spoke. If you can't postpone it, then you have to make sure that your voice is in the best position it can be to deliver a speech. So there's a couple of things I would have said to Theresa. Hopefully she would have steamed her voice. And you can buy a steamer from any of the big high street chemists, and you just all you need is just boiling water in it, and then you just inhale the steam for about 15 minutes. You do that for a couple of days. Ideally, you do it every day if you're a regular speaker, but you certainly do it for a couple of days before a big speech. And the thing to bear in mind is once you've done that 15 minutes of steam, 2 hours of no speaking. Absolute no speaking whatsoever, and just because it's steaming, it relaxes your vocal cords and really kind of softens them up, and then you need to kind of just leave them to just kind of relax and be in the best state that they possibly can be. The other thing that I would have said to Theresa, which is what she did, is have plenty of water. And she used that effectively. She used it in the pauses, she used it in applause. Obviously, a couple of times the coughing got the better of her, and that was a real shame. The other thing that, my goodness, there's so much to talk about in this speech. I mean, she had things happen to her that one of those things would have stopped many of us from giving any kind of speech. So she not only had a protester, interrupting the speech, the comedian that ran up and gave her a P45. She also had the coughing fit and was very poorly with this cold. And she had partial set collapse, is that what we're going to call it, with the letters falling off the sign. One of those things would be enough to put many public speakers off and to affect their whole speech. And some credit has to be given to her as a public speaker, from a public speaking point of view. Remember, this is not political. From a public speaking point of view, that she carried on and she persevered and she delivered her speech. And I think that's one of the biggest tips to come away with, is that if you're confident in your speech, if you're knowledgeable of the material that you're delivering, then nothing can wrong-foot you. Nothing can change your attitude towards that speech. Nothing was going to stop her delivering those words, and nothing was going to stop her belief in the words that she was delivering. And I think that's the best tip to take away, that if you've got belief in your material and you've got the knowledge of your material, you know your material and you know it well, then you can deliver it. And nothing will get in your way. So a protester stopping you, it will just... And you have to kind of, again, I talk about this with some of my clients, you fake it till you make it. If you don't have that belief, you just have to kind of push on through and deliver the speech, because once you've started, it does send quite a bad message if you then decide to stop. So, the things to bear in mind: if you're delivering a big speech, make sure your voice is ready. Steaming is a big part of it. We do some vocal exercises, and if you come and work with me with the public speaking training, I go through some of the vocal exercises. The distractions, the things that happen, so the protester, the things falling down, you have to kind of psychologically inhale them and just carry on with the speech. You know the material, you know the message you've got to get away. And most of all, and it's one of the big tips, is stay hydrated. from a public speaking point of view, Theresa May did a great job the other day when she made her keynote speech, because she carried on, she delivered the speech, like I say, not talking about the content, just the speaking part of it, and she did the job that she was there to do, and I think that bit is admirable. And if you're making a big speech over the coming days, then that is certainly an example to learn from. If you want to know more, if you're interested in learning how to become a good, proficient, confident, knowledgeable public speaker who's engaging, inspiring and motivating, then get in touch with me at Monkey Pants Productions Limited. My email address is pete@monkeypantsproductions.co.uk. Let's talk. You can talk through what your needs are. We can do one-to-one sessions if you've got a particular speech you want training on, or I can do group sessions at your workplace. Pete@monkeypantsproductions.co.uk, and I hope to hear from you soon.